So this is gonna probably be my last video. I'm gonna go turn myself in to see what's going on. They talking about I'm a fugitive. So they just raided all my houses. 600 was actually with the police when they raided my house. And he's actually got video and footage of it. So y'all know what y'all dealing with. And I just want to say this to y'all. When they raided my houses and my property, they was asking about whack, loose cannon, 600, and this internet stuff. All of y'all filed. All y'all who be sending shit around the internet, all y'all who be promoting and listening to what these niggas saying, all y'all giving these likes and hidden likes, all y'all supporting this. Wack said 100 times he was gonna take my contracts. He working with the FBI. The FBI went to the city 3 days in a row and told the city they didn't want nobody to give me no more money. They went to all the different celebrities and told all the different celebrities, don't give me no money, don't help me, don't do nothing for me. They going around scaring and intimidating everybody.
Before Eugene Big U Henley Jr. was arrested, we had already covered the growing federal investigation into the Rollin 60s Neighborhood Crips and its ties to the music industry. Our video analyzed the key figures involved, including Big U, Brick Baby, and Loose Cannon, breaking down the indictment's allegations of racketeering, extortion, human trafficking, and fraud. At the time, Big U was still a free man, but it was clear that federal authorities were closing in. Now, with Henley officially in custody, the case has taken a dramatic turn. Once known as a community activist and music industry figure, Big U is now facing serious RICO charges, accused of running a criminal enterprise under the guise of mentorship and nonprofit work. His arrest has reignited discussions about the intersection of gang culture, music, and law enforcement's efforts to dismantle organized crime in Los Angeles.
Again, with breaking news, this just in, the FBI says that South LA crime boss Eugene Big U Henley is now in custody. Authorities say he ran a mafia-like organization while masquerading as a music mogul and gang peacemaker.
People are coming up and saying, on the one hand, that he did a lot for the community. And then there are those, like this woman, who say things are not what they seem. Listen to her.
No, I'm not surprised because I've been fighting this fight for a long time.
Rapper Alicia Choi speaks about federal authorities accusing LA rap music executive and community activist Eugene Big U Henley of leveraging his connections with the Rollin 60s Crips to run a criminal enterprise, even funneling funds from his community nonprofits into his criminal operations.
You cannot do evil when the cameras are off and smile and help kids when the cameras are on.
Choice, who you may have seen in rap videos like this one, says she was a budding artist when she first met him.
I was just a young kid wanting to rap and wanting to live out my dream and working hard. And, you know, he really took advantage of me. I wanted to help bring donations into his nonprofit development options. And with that being said, he just wanted to take over. He wanted to bully me. He wanted to control me. And when I wouldn't allow that, that's when he started jumping on me and beating me, extorting me, threatening people not to work with me. And I was scared for a long time to speak up.
Eugene Big U Henley Jr., a well-known figure in Los Angeles, has turned himself in to federal authorities after being named in a sweeping indictment. The 58-year-old, a former leader of the Rollin 60s Neighborhood Crips and a key figure in the music industry, was among 18 alleged gang members charged in a federal complaint accusing them of running a mafia-like criminal enterprise.
Meanwhile, the city of LA has been paying millions of dollars into these organizations, and the amounts have increased in the last few years. The California Franchise Tax Board issued a suspension notice in April 2024 for one of the nonprofits operated by Eugene Henley Jr., who federal prosecutors in LA announced Wednesday faces racketeering and corruption charges for allegedly misusing money meant for the city's gang intervention efforts. Henley's most recent contract with the city shows a payment of nearly $800,000 due in July 2024, the final installment of a 4-year agreement that paid his groups more than $2.2 million for intervention. Henley, seen here in a red carpet photo, began forming the nonprofits in 2009, according to state records. They began receiving city gang intervention funding as far back as 2011. Between 2018 and 2023, LA Controller payment records show Henley's groups received around $500,000 a year. Then, in 2023, a significant increase that followed then-Mayor Eric Garcetti's efforts to increase funding for intervention work after the rise in violent street crime that followed the COVID-19 pandemic. Looking at the tax records for the Ex-Offender Fellowship, which includes the city money and private donations, you can see its revenue went from around $500,000 a year to nearly $800,000, then to nearly $2 million for 2023, the last tax return available. Where was the money going? The tax returns show while Eugene Henley Jr. was paid $95,000 as president and director, nearly all the money collected went to compensate unnamed top staff members, including corporate officers, directors, and trustees. According to the criminal complaint, Henley diverted much of that money to his personal bank accounts, and the feds say he allegedly pocketed tens of thousands of dollars in donations intended for the groups, including a $20,000 contribution from an NBA All-Star.
Investigators say he committed crimes while running his charity Developing Options. The nonprofit, seen here on its website, works with groups like the Crenshaw Rams youth football team and brands itself as a group that gives underprivileged kids options beyond gang violence. And now he's accused of taking money meant for that group.
Mr. Henley is accused of embezzling donations made by celebrities, professional athletes, and
the criminal complaint says since about 2015, Developing Options has received millions of dollars from the city of LA's GRID program. From that, the court documents say Henley has drawn hundreds of thousands of dollars for his salary.
That on the one hand, he's, Mr. Charity, and on the other hand, he's engaging in all this criminal conduct.
That paid his groups more than $2.2 million for intervention. Henley, seen here in a red carpet photo, began forming the nonprofits in 2009, according to state records. They began receiving city gang intervention funding as far back as 2011. Between 2018 and 2023, LA Controller payment records show Henley's groups received around $500,000 a year. Then, in 2023, a significant increase that followed then.
Human trafficking, fraud, and the 2021 murder of an aspiring rapper.
However,
Mr. Henley engaged in a murder of a musician signed to his label in 2021 and dumped,
including fraud and extortion. Instead of benefiting the community, authorities claim public funds were misappropriated for illicit purposes. These accusations have prompted officials to reevaluate oversight and accountability in the city's funding of nonprofit organizations, particularly those associated with individuals who have past criminal affiliations. Henley has been charged under the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations (RICO) Act, facing allegations of murder, human trafficking, and extortion. Prosecutors claim that in 2021, Henley and an associate kidnapped and murdered an aspiring rapper, disposing of the body in the desert.
Talk to my sons, I talk to everybody, man. I'm just saying, I'm going to deal with this fight, see what it is. I just want y'all to know, all this stuff is quagmire. I'm looking at this video as I come in to turn myself in, and I'm disheartened by the fact that they trying to say that I stole something from Developing Option, or I used Developing Option as a front. Developing Option paid my bills. They paid my house note. They paid the bills for my family, the money I made as an employee for Developing Option. I never mixed that with nothing. I didn't manipulate nobody. I didn't steal nothing. We did PPP loans. We did 2 loans. And that's it, just like everybody else did. I didn't use no fraud. I didn't give none of no fake names. And one of them we was paying back and one they forgave. You know what I mean? And the other one we attempted for and they didn't give us nothing for it. Everybody know I'm a cannon. Everybody know I'm brick baby. So if you want to arrest certain dudes, and put them next to me, them is the dudes you gonna have to call themselves turning against me. Well, ain't no turn against me. I ain't going for that. You might as well go get 600 and whack. These dudes been saying I did shit all year. So what they doing is they go on the internet and these dudes say that I did shit on the internet. Then when you say I did on the internet, they go investigate it. Now you raiding my houses, raiding my shops, raiding all this stuff. and talking about I'm committing crimes and covering up with developing option. What crimes am I committing to cover up with developing option?
Before turning himself in, Henley addressed the charges in a social media video denying any wrongdoing. He expressed frustration over the allegations, suggesting that he was being unfairly targeted. He also claimed that during raids on his properties, federal agents asked about music executives WAC 600, implying they may have played a role in his legal troubles. Big U accused 600 of being present during the raids and alleged that WAC 100 conspired with authorities to cut off his financial support. In his statement, Henley reiterated his dedication to community service, dismissing the charges against him as attempts to undermine his work. He criticized online narratives that, in his view, contributed to his legal challenges. Now in federal custody, Big U awaits further legal proceedings as his case unfolds. The situation has sparked renewed debate over the effectiveness and oversight of publicly funded gang intervention programs and the balance between community support and law enforcement accountability. Big U's arrest and the accusations against developing options have raised important questions about how taxpayer funds are distributed and monitored, particularly in efforts to combat gang violence. While Big U has denied any wrongdoing and insists he is being unfairly targeted, prosecutors claim he used his nonprofit as a tool for financial and criminal gain. As legal proceedings move forward, the case will likely have lasting implications for gang intervention initiatives in Los Angeles and beyond, influencing how cities balance rehabilitation efforts with the need for strict oversight to prevent exploitation.